Kia ora and welcome back to the channel. I'm Elvie and today we are going over my 5th daily drawing book. This one has been going on since the 26th of April and it has just finished on the 14th of July 2025. For all of them I just used this big ballpoint pen here. You can tell this one's getting pretty low, but it's a reliable, affordable pen to use. And the book itself is Moleskine. You don't need anything fancy if you wanted to do daily drawings as well. This is just a gift that I've got so many of these Moleskine books and they've just been really fun to use. So yeah, the cover's been a bit beat up though, so that's alright. So getting straight into it, we've got this one which is from a cafe. A lot of these are cafe drawings. I was holidays for most of this, of course, so where do I go? I go to a cafe and heaps to draw there. So yeah, we've got a nice scene here. I was actually quite happy with it, and it was a nice first drawing. Here we've got a salt and pepper shaker. This is with a different friend, and we went to a different cafe, and I was actually quite happy with how the pepper and salt turned out. And then we've got the neighbour's cat who had a very interesting shaped nose, so I was trying to capture that. The spread's a little bit interesting. We've got a cow on a path here, which I don't love, but that's alright. And this is very busy, but not in a nice way personally, but it's alright. Then it was my friend's birthday the day before, so I drew her and a walk we went on. I quite like this. I like the lines and the background as well. And then this is just me and my friends from the beginning of the year, just practicing people as much as I can, really. These two are both from cafes. So we've got this one which is very fast paced. We only had like 20 minutes at the cafe, so it was very, very quick, but I like the results. I think it was really successful. This one I had a bit more time. You can probably tell by how delicate the lines feel, but I'm really happy with it, especially the spread is very nice as well. There's this just more people practicing. These are me and my friends here, just a random photo from her birthday. And then we've got me and my friend, we went skating. I was on roller skates, she was on a skateboard up by the waterfront, and it's alright. It's an alright drawing. This is a fun photo we took, and it was this cute wee sign. So yeah, just another excuse to practice people. And same with this one. This is a family photo from a very long time ago, and I was just practicing people. I don't love it. Some faces turned out alright, and you can kind of tell where I started and slowly gave up, and that's alright. Some days I just have more time to do a drawing than others. Here we've got a photo of me and my friends from a night we went out. Don't love it, faces are faces, they're pretty hard, but I do like this one here. The shapes are quite nice. This is the view of a church through a window across the road, and it's a very busy one. And of course I chose to draw something quite tedious and difficult while at a cafe, but I like how it turned out, and the shapes and everything turned out not too bad. And you can see like it going back into the houses here. Sorry about the helicopter if you can hear that, it's just taking off now. On the next page we've got a digger that was up on one of the walks I went around to. It's very abstract digger, but you can kind of see the shape here, but it was very quick drawing that one. And then this is a photo I took on a walk on a rock. It was a very fun angle, so I wanted to draw it. This is a photo, a drawing of a photo from me and my sister on video call, and yeah, it was a really nice, call, so you gotta draw it. And yeah, I'm happy with the shading overall. This is a drawing of the street, of just a street, a good excuse to practice cars. I was really proud of it actually, because cars are not quite my thing, but I really like this, and you might actually recognize this because I did paint that on a video on the channel here. Next page we've got another cafe here. It had some interesting lights and stuff. I don't love it, but that's alright. And this is me and my friend well, just my friend, but we went on a walk together up a hill and we had a cup of tea. So I drew her enjoying her cup of tea up there. This is an old photo of my cat. She was in a box on my bed, so you can see the pillow and then the bed frame here and then the box. I quite like how she turned out as well, the cat. It's a fun wee angle. And then this is me and my flatmate from a year ago. Like, still live with her, but this is a photo from a year ago. And yeah, just practicing faces, really. It was my flatmate's birthday, so I drew her. Turned out all right. An interesting pose and just, yeah, trying to change it up a bit. And then this is a photo of all the flatmates here. And yeah, turned out all right. We've got my brother. One of them, he has a cat visiting him a lot at the moment. So I drew him and the cat. And then this is a drawing from a cafe that we went to, and I had a lot of time to draw, so it's very detailed, I feel. And then we've got this one, which is my flatmate's room, and then a very loose drawing of a cup because I had like no time that day. It was a very busy day. I barely had the date on there. And then we've got me and one of my friends, and then this is quite funny. This is my friend as well, and he had a bike balancing on him, so I drew that because it was quite hilarious. And then we've got another drawing from a cafe. This is, yeah, just across the road. It had a lot of things going on. And then this is just a pile of books and my cup. Another cafe. Had an interesting water jug and decorations and hand sanitizer in this little cubby. And then it was my auntie's birthday the day after. So I drew her and me from Christmas. And I'm pretty happy with the faces and the cat, of course. This is just practicing more people. I don't love the spread at all, but, you know, practicing people is important. We've got me and my friend. She was pouring us a cup of tea because we went on another walk. And yeah, it was quite interesting trying to get the flow of the tea and the shadows, but I think it was quite successful. And then my brother, he got his hot air balloon license, his private one, so I drew him in his hot air balloon because I was just, you know, of course I'm proud of him. So yeah, this is me and some of my flatmates at a 21st and just practicing people, and it was fun to draw dresses for a change. This is another cafe. It turned out quite nicely. But yeah, just practicing cups and the bag and the plant, you know, typical coffee shop stuff, but it turned out nicely. This is a photo from a walk I went on. It was quite nice drawing the back of myself, and yeah, you can see all the lines and directions and everything, and the hair turned out nicely, which was good. And this is from a cafe. Again, doing something similar with the lines over here, just very strong. And I like how the lines affect this drawing. And yeah, this is one of my favorite spreads from this book. This is a self-portrait here, just practicing faces, and you know, what better face than my own. And this is a very fun angle and photo, so it was entertaining to draw. And this is my sister. I don't love how it turned out, but it was an interesting pose and fun to draw. Me and my brother from when we were little, practicing drawing young people. Very hard because it's soft features. This is not much to draw, but you know, yeah, very hard to draw, I feel like, but it turned out all right, and it's quite sweet. This is from a cafe, and just from some photos that I had practicing animals, so a seagull, and then yeah, nothing too crazy going on. This one's quite nice. I like the hills in the back and the tower and the shape and the clouds, and down here turned out quite lovely, except the cars, but you know, most of this drawing I like. And there was a pig head on the train tracks which I drew, which was very random why or how it got there, but it was interesting to draw. This one took a long time. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of details going on. But it was fun to spend a long time on one drawing and just getting the details. This is from a walk I went on, just a photo of the three of us practicing people once again. And more cafe. This is when we get into a lot of the cafe drawings, but this one's quite nice. I am happy with the angles and the shapes. I like it by itself without the drawing next to it. But we've got like flowers down here and nice greys and stuff. And this is from another cafe. Got a couch down here, and yeah, details are alright. It's a bit of a softer grey in comparison. This is a photo, or referencing a photo of me and my flatmates. I quite like this side profile here. Side profiles don't always go successfully, but this one turned out alright, which was nice. And this one's just from a cafe in Queenstown as well. Here, this is a shelf. I should have moved it down so I would have been able to capture more of what was on the top shelf, but hindsight, whatever. It's alright. It still turned out nicely. And we've got another cafe here, but I quite like the milk carton and the glasses and stuff. I think it's quite nice. We were watching the sunrise, so it was nice to have coffee while the sky was just glowing. This is a cafe. This is a really good one, actually. The Grocer, Black Grocer Cafe or something. Down here is the name, but it is really good coffee, and there's so much to draw, so it was a bit hectic trying to draw everything. And then we've got this, which is view from a walk. I actually quite like how you kind of follow the hill downwards to the beach here. And then this was up at the top of a hill, looking across to the Mount Cargill with the tower on it and everything. I don't love it, but it's alright. You might have actually seen this video as well, because I drew this one on the channel here. And this is just a building from across the road from a cafe. Another building across from a cafe. This one I did spend a little bit longer on, with some nice lines and shading, and it was a very interesting building as well. And another cafe. This cafe I've actually drawn it a couple times in this book, I think. But I like how it looks, and you can it's a recognisable cafe with all the plants and hanging lights and everything, but it's still, there's so much to draw there. So here we've got a plant in a corner. It's quite fun to draw. I think by itself it's, nothing crazy, but I like the spread a lot. And, usually there's one drawing in the spread that you just don't like, 1 out of 2, But this is my friend as well, in front of me while we're going on a walk. And you can see I actually spent a bit more time on the background as well. So I really enjoy this drawing a lot. We've got someone I've been volunteering with on track maintenance stuff. I drew them while we were having lunch. And then I drew a vase, sugar, napkins, a bottle, and salt and pepper from a cafe. It's alright. It's a bit of a messy spread, but it's not a bad spread. I've got this, which I like how I've placed it. We've got a lot of open space, which is nice to play around with, especially since there isn't a lot of open space in some of these works, so this is nice. And I like the angle of the plants kind of going upwards and out, And then here we've got a drawing from a cafe. I like this figure here, but the rest I'm not a huge fan of. This is me and my mum. We went to the rugby together. I bought us some tickets so we could go along and support the team. And yeah, I decided to draw a picture, just practicing people once again. And here we've got another cafe drawing. There's a lot of stuff on the shelves, as there usually is at cafes, so just drawing them. And then we've got this from another cafe. I loved this lamp. I actually painted it as well, but it was rocks kind of covering the usual base, and it was really beautiful. and this is from volunteering. And yeah, they were carrying the weed eater, and it was quite an iconic pose, really, crossing a bridge with a weed eater. And we've got another cafe. This had the shadows were very extreme and drawn out, so it was fun to draw, and it was a inspirational cafe with all the things there were to draw. Another cafe. Nothing more much to say. And then we've got, once again, another cafe, just the stuff on the table this time. I'm not a fan of it, but I think I just could have spent a bit more time on it to build up the details. Practicing faces and a pose. Didn't work out too well, but that's alright. And then another drawing to end off the book. This one, I quite like the line work I got on the face, but you can tell I kind of ran out of time down the bottom here. So yeah, overall that's my daily drawing book. So it's crazy to be finished with the 5th daily drawing book, but I do have the next one ready to go, which is this one here. I haven't started it yet, but it goes from the 15th to the 2nd of October, which is crazy. Daily drawing 6, you can tell it's the same colours I've been using and everything, but I'm really excited to begin this book. Overall, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was interesting looking through my sketches with me. And yeah, have an amazing day, and hope you've enjoyed.